Regular select board meeting of September 19, 2024 to order at 6:30 p.m. First order of business, pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment. Sue, do you have anything?
The one thing I've been hearing from town residents, they were asking about the tax bill. I told them that they would be mailed out this week.
Correct. Today, correct, girls?
Today.
Today they went out.
Yeah, that was the only question that I had on the outside from Highgate residents.
Thank you.
Woody's got something.
When you got a full board, you're gonna talk about the four-wheelers again, opening more roads, because you said this fall you'll start talking about it again. When you got a full board to talk about it.
Talk about it with the guys.
Sunday is fall.
Already.
Yeah.
Anything else? I know the fire
That's
department.
what's called tip of the spear right there.
Yeah. I guess the fire department is up.
Gary reached out, said they were going to be on the open meeting, just full disclosure. He talked to me. Go ahead, tell everybody what the problem is.
So, over the summer, we had applied for a grant for some extrication tools, and I'm presuming that we got denied. So at this point, I'd like to see if you guys would be willing to pay or buy us a set of just at least spreaders, and we'll continue trying to apply for a grant for the rest of the tools that we may need. And let's see, the dollar figure for the one we priced out, I think would work out best for us was, I'll find it here.
One take.
$15,520.83. And that comes with the spreaders that we want, 2 batteries and a charger. And it does what he said. He threw in the NFP expectation of these, it's like 10 years, but he said he sold Burlington theirs back in 2011, and they're still actively using it with any flawless. So basically, he says as long as you maintain it, have them service it once a year to get the, what they call limited lifetime warranty. So the warranty would be the actual wear and tear, and not the physical abuse that we may have misused it somehow or another. Because at this point, we're gonna need something, because we can't always necessarily rely on the mutual aid to get there to help us out. Because they may also have calls too.
So just to jump in, Gary and I were talking about this week. It's an absolute safety issue. I think it's very fair they're not asking for the whole set. They're actually using a Sawzall. Sawzalls are very effective cutting up cars when trained how to do it. Very effective, and they're another name for the spreaders that he's referring to. Most people know them as the jaws of life. So the jaws is what they're actually in need of. And one of the issues that I know I talked to Gary about was you can call in mutual aid from other towns to help out with extrication, but the jaws are probably the most important piece of that toolkit, because there's a pair of shears and a ram that go with the jaws. They use a grinder with a cutting wheel that works very good, and they also use their sawzall. You may not have time to wait for another town to come in with the tools, life and death situation, and that's why I think it's really important that we figure this one out. It's a huge safety issue for both people and firefighters. The big issue is the money.
We didn't really plan to budget it.
Well, this is something where, again, the fire department's been extremely fiscally responsible with their budgets. There's no fat in their budget, in my opinion. There's none. And when asked if they want increases on certain things, they say, no, we're good. We're good. So I think it's very important, and I hate to do it, but I think that the ARPA fund should be used to purchase this if we have no other recourse. It's just my opinion.
Okay, so the only comment I'm gonna make, I should say only, technically, we're not supposed to vote on anything that is not warned.
That's fine.
So we will need to table this unless you feel it's urgent for this week, then I can consider it, but because it was not warned as a purchase, we have to do that properly.
No, we can just.
We can put it on the next meeting and get an answer for you, if that's okay?
Because in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. No,
Okay,
it's,
nice, 'cause-
I think,
But that's,
and I'm sure you've reached out to the departments around you and let them know that your tools are out of service because
Well, they already know.
Okay.
We've already talked to them.
what happened was the old school excavation tools were all hydraulic pump. They're all hydraulic hoses and hydraulic, gas powered pump. And that gas powered pump has died. And as I talked to him, he said, what are our options? Get a new one? Well, if you can find one, they're crazy expensive. And why would we spend a lot of money on something, on pieces that are extinct? They're,
And try to get
it's all
rid of
cordless battery technology.
And also try to get rid of the trip hazard of the whole hoses.
I'm sure it's not gonna be an issue, but I do wanna follow the procedure for,
No,
Of course. It's absolutely.
That's gonna be a breakthrough.
appreciate it. Is there anything else we can help you with?
No, I don't think so.
Things are going well?
Don't need trucks or anything, we're good.
Well, yeah, well, you already know that.
Only kidding, only kidding. All in good
Well,
time,
you
my
wanna know
friend.
that list.
So your school safety's coming up, that's a good,
Yeah. So,
17th, I believe,
October.
scheduled.
Yeah, I think it is.
And also the after school day on,
yeah, did get the email from Liza on that.
yeah,
And was I understanding that the sheriff was not able to help?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Yeah, she had mentioned that they couldn't help on the first one.
Okay, we'll fix that. We can stick a truck right there.
I mean, historically, they drilled it,
Okay.
previously, when they were full town.
Appreciate it.
So we got,
Thank you for coming in.
thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
So we'll show up next time.
Get your flashlights ready.
What's that?
Get your flashlights ready.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any other public comments? Okay, for Parks update and Cemetery Commission update, both Brian Spears and Kevin Spears are being put to the next meeting, so we can jump over to Town Treasurer Shelley.
Okay, Mary, you have the check warrant in front of you.
Is there a motion to accept the truck warrant?
Salute.
So moved. Second by Ben. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried and passed.
Okay, while you're signing that, I know I did put the Cargill salt contract in front of you as well. It's not on the agenda, so that should probably wait for the next meeting for you to make a motion on that, because that's about $50,000 a year.
Right.
It did go up $1 per ton from last year's contract. It's inflation.
Yeah, so we'll wait and vote on that.
That's not bad.
Is
That's not bad.
is there any other options either way?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
No,
as I,
you pay what they tell
as I
us.
recall, it's about our only resource to get it, and we're pretty much at their mercy.
And I think we get the state pricing, so. positive. Yeah. Next, tax bills, as Sue mentioned, we stuffed and mailed today, so everyone should be receiving Friday, Saturday, maybe by next Saturday, depending on where they live and how their mail is delivered. But our taxes are due Halloween, October 31st, 4 p.m. in this office. If you are here at 4:02 and the door is locked, you are considered late. You will be charged a penalty. So please be on time. If you feel you are going to struggle making your payments this year, please reach out to me ahead of time. Come up with a plan. The more you pay, the less you're penalized on. I guess that's it on the tax bills. Our delinquent tax balance right now, as we roll into a new year, is $46,288.82. I still don't know where we are at with the attorney's office and the tax sale. There was something else she was supposed to have ready for this meeting and didn't, so I think they're either swamped or I don't know if it's gonna happen at this point. One more thing I just wanted to mention, so it's on the forefront of your minds. Speaking of ARPA with the fire department, all of the money does need to be at least allocated by the end of 2024, this year. You have to have a plan for your cash.
Okay.
It needs to be spent by the end of 2026. There's one, your very last motion of ARPA, I need to go back and see if I can figure out an exact dollar amount, because I believe it was a 20% grant match. But to date, we have received $1,094,925.17, and we have spent $564,348, leaving you with about $530,577.17 left to allocate. Again, there's one motion that I don't have the exact amount for, your last one. Need to go back and watch a few of our meetings. And then whatever we come up with for our plan. But we will have to really sit down and discuss that real soon. I think that is all. That is not all. I sent you a job description. I don't know that it needs a motion. Just, were you okay with Jess's job description to post for
For the
pro shop employees? They're looking to,
We'll try and be.
so let her know that it's time to post and move forward hiring some state sharpeners. That's everything that's on my list for you.
Thank you. Town Clerk Wendy.
Okay, you have two sets of minutes, September 5th, which was your last regular meeting, and you had a special meeting at Swanton Village on September 9th. Ben gave me one spelling. I spelled poll, P-O-L-L, like voting, and it should have been P-O-L-E, where my brain is, but I did fix that prior to this meeting, and those are from the 5th. I know, Ben, good catch.
Is there a motion to accept the meetings of September 5th?
Make a motion to accept as amended by Monday.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That one
Okay,
has been approved. The meeting of September 9th, Kyle, you cannot participate because you were not in attendance.
I know, Mary, you don't have to browbeat me.
Jesus. Do we not have a quorum?
That's the special meeting in Swanton Village, or
the two of you is fine.
Is it? Okay. Make a motion to
I'll
accept.
second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm in charge.
Yes, there you go. Okay, we have a special town meeting warning that I need to have you sign. Mary, if you want to read this aloud, it is a question that's going to be on the back of the ballot on November 5th about purchasing the property at 28 Mill Hill. Do you have it, or do you want this one?
Can I have that one?
Yeah.
I do not have a copy. I do on my phone, but I don't think I can read that.
There you go.
Thank you.
So I have to post that no sooner than 40 days, no later than 30 days before November 5th.
So just the front page?
Yep, the back of it is just posting instructions for me.
Okay.
Yep.
So the Town of Highgate Special Town Meeting warning, November 5th, 2024. The legal voters of the Town of Highgate are hereby notified and warned to be at the Highgate Sports Arena in the Town of Highgate on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, between the hours of 7 a.m., at which time the polls will open, and 7 p.m., at which times the polls will close, to vote by Australian ballot upon the following article of business. Shall the voters of the Town of Highgate purchase a property located at 28 Mill Hill Road in exchange for the forgiveness of all fines, interest, penalties, and $35,000? Dated this 19th day of September 2024. This question will be listed on the backside of the Highgate's general election ballot along with our Justice of the Peace candidates. Any informational meeting on this article will take place at the regular select board meeting October 17th of 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Voter registration is available at the office, online, where same-day registration is available at the polls on November 5th, 2024.
Need a motion?
Yes, please.
Make the motion to accept that as read.
A second.
Postage.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Alright, so at some point before we leave tonight, I'll need you all to sign that, and then I can track down Vern and Richard. It always looks better when everybody signs it.
I know they're a favorite, so.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so the November election, ballots looking like this. The front side is all the big stuff. President, governor, senators, representatives, attorney general. On the back side is our local justice of the peace candidates and the ballot question that we just talked about. Ballots are going out starting next week to all active registered voters in the state of Vermont, beginning September 23rd. Everybody should have them by October 1st. That's your ballot. Don't throw it in the garbage. You can vote early. Get it back to me by mail, use the drop box, come to the office. You can take your ballot to the polls and vote in person if that is your choice. If you show up at the polls without a ballot, I'm going to ask you to sign an affidavit that you haven't done anything squirrely. You're not getting a new ballot without signing it. So that's how that's going to work.
Wendy, I have talked to people about the ballot, and I said, please do not throw them away.
They did send me 25% of our checklist.
Okay.
So I have 600 for voting day. I think that should be more than enough.
Yeah.
But worst case would be we run out, I'm photocopying or hand counting. I don't want to do that.
I don't throw them out because.
I do not want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So more to come on that, but people should start seeing their tax bills and their ballots in their mailbox in the next week. Ish. I have something from zoning, and I don't know, she thought this was done, but I don't think it is. Sharon, maybe you can tell me. It's a proposed road name form that she left for you on the 29th. She thought it got signed last meeting, and I told her I didn't think it did.
What was the name?
Dufresne Drive, over by the power station.
No.
So she gave me a copy. She's looking for, I guess the select board has to approve the road name. I don't know how this works.
Yes.
I don't know. This is a copy of it. I don't have the original. So I don't know if we can approve it or if we need to bump it to the next meeting.
I'd say bump it to the next meeting,
Okay,
because I've not heard of that.
okay. All right, so we're doing a lot of bumping. I know, boys and girls.
Burning everything.
This next meeting's gonna be awful.
That's right.
I think other than the Harvest Fest is at the library this weekend, September 21st from 10 to 1. The weather looks like it's gonna be fabulous. They're having tractors, games, story time, and fun. And Ralph touched on the walk to school days. They do start the second Tuesday of the month, October through December, and then they will resume in April and through June. So we'll advertise that as it gets a little closer, but that's good stuff for the kids. They get dropped off at the church and walk to school. So I think that'll do it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, quick for me, just two public information things. Both SBA, the cell tower people, and Casella are looking for lease extensions. So if the general public had any information they wanted to provide to the select board, they should attend a meeting. Those go through executive session because they're contractual. But just in the event someone had strong feelings one way or the other, it would allow them to give you some information. Transfer station is almost done. We're hoping we'll be finished in mid-October. The airport has started, so the water sewer project has started. And they are going gangbusters. They've pulled almost 2,000 feet of pipe so far, so far so good.
Seemed like they were really moving on it.
They're doing a good job.
Are they running both lines consecutively or just one at a time?
They're doing the water
They're
right
doing the water right now.
Yes.
It's gotta be a water line there right now, can't be the sewer line. I didn't know if,
Yeah,
But
water's
they know-
on one side,
Oh, is that what
sewer's
they're
on the
doing? Is that
other.
what they're doing?
Yes, yeah. So, right now, a lot of it, what they're doing is going under the road, putting their sleeves underneath 78, so.
yeah, it's freaky to see lights on 78.
Yeah. Well, that's it for me.
Okay, so I just wanted to update that we did have a nice groundbreaking ceremony at the airport on Friday the 13th. We had representation from the Highgate Selectboard, our town administrator and residents, as well as Swanton Village trustees, Cliff Coy, St. Albans Messenger, Vermont representatives and Senator, ECI, and Tim Smith, and the Aldrich and Elliott engineers. It was a nice collaboration. We had a nice view of planes coming in and going. It was very well received and very well accepted. So it's nice to see the project, but especially the two towns coming together and actually working together. So that was a nice, very nice event. We also met with Swanton Village on September 9th to talk to them about them doing the billing for anybody hooking on to the wastewater and water, since they already have the program and the ability. And they are going to discuss it and get back to us. But again, that was very well received, and it was nice to be, again, well received at the meeting of two towns working together. And the monument person is not here tonight.
Yes, Mr. Lombardi.
Wanted to move the shed.
Yes, he talked about moving the shed that's in the back of 1030 Monument Road, which is a FEMA home buyout.
Right.
So we said we would give him a decision on this meeting, so.
And the concern was not disturbing any of the property.
Correct, the ground, yep.
And he felt he was able to do that at the last meeting, so,
Need a motion?
yes.
I'll make the motion that we allow them to have the shed and, move it and everything's on it when it's done.
And he's aware that Abenakis are to be present, correct?
A second motion.
When is that day gonna happen? I just wanna be prepared so I can get off the road, that's all.
We haven't, the bids for the demolition aren't due until the 30th of September, so we don't have a,
Okay, I just wanna be, so I know, so I don't get strapped and wait to be able to leave my house that day. Cause I thought I'd do the whole road,
Hook you up with a kayak, just go across the river. Yeah.
and right like I sink.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion has been passed. Thank you. So at this time, we are going to have a motion to go into executive session.
Make that motion.
So moved by Ben for executive, say second.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we'll start out with the minutes.